Welcome guys to the new episode of FlutterFlow. In this episode, we are going to design a Kanban board where you will be able to learn the drag and drop feature of FlutterFlow. So let me show you the demo what exactly we are going to create. So these are all the to-do tasks. In the second list, there will be all the tasks which are in progress, and in the third list, all the tasks which are in completed state. So these are the three columns which we are going to design, and when we drag this backend meeting or the to-do tasks in progress, that will be dragged into this column. So let me show you the demo. Like for example, if I drag this here, you can see the border here is appearing black, and when I drag this here, the border color will change to original color. Similarly, if I want to add this scrum meeting here, we can do that as well. And if I drag this here, that will be done. Okay, if I drag this here in completed state, the task will be completed. If I want the completed task to be in progress again, then we can do that stuff as well, like this. Okay, like this. If you want to do this, you can do this here. So this can be done using the Firestore collection, okay, and the drag and drop feature of FlutterFlow. If you are new to Codzify YouTube channel, make sure you like, share and subscribe to get such amazing episodes like this. So let's start with the basic and create our first task cannon board. Okay. So what I will do is go to the FlutterFlow. Also, you can clone all the apps which we design at the YouTube channel. Okay. So from here we have designed the dating app, a grocery, add to cart functionality, template app, responsive portfolio app, and we are going to add as many apps as we can. So you can clone the projects from here directly. Okay. Or if you want to learn the complete dating app from scratch, we run many discounts, so make sure you take the advantage of that as well. So at the very least cost, you will be able to learn complete FlutterFlow with this dating app, and also we are going to add as many projects as we can. Okay, so let's start with this. Create new. Okay, and let me give it name as Kanban board. Okay, create blank. Create blank project. You can give the name of your company here. Okay, we will select enable web because we are going to design it for the web module and set up the Firebase as well. Okay, create a project, Kanban board, and if I am from India, so I will select Mumbai. You can select the nearest possible region here. Okay, sign in with Google and select your Google account, and for the initial page we will create. Okay, so we are not going to add the authentication into this episode. We will design the simple page. So I will create a blank and I will name it as home page. Okay, like this. And let's start building, and the Firebase will be set up automatically. Now here, go to the page selector in page in widget tree, and here I want the background color of app bar to be white, plain white, and we don't want elevation, so I will remove that and make it as 0. And for the text, we will name it as Kanban board. Okay, and you can make it as center align. You can make it as center align. We set the alignment here. Okay, so here we have our Kanban board. Now inside this column, okay, inside this column we want one row. Okay, inside that row we will add 3 columns, one for to-do list, one for in progress list, and one for tasks which are completed. So we have the 3 columns here. Okay, now in the first column we are going to add one container like this, and we will make it as big. You can adjust the height and width as per your design requirements, but I will make sure for this row you can add the padding so that it will look good. We will add the padding from top, right and left like this. Okay, and inside this container we will add a text, or rather we will add one column, because we want multiple text inside this, right? So like this, inside this column we will add one text. Okay, so this will be our task. So this text will be our task name. So here you need to design the padding. You have to give the padding from top, and let's give the font size as 20. Okay, and for this container we will make sure to give the border radius as 14. Okay, now this part is designed for the left side. Okay, now we will go. Okay, this will be the container, and we will copy this. Okay, we will copy this and give it for this as well, second column. Okay, and for third column as well we will paste like this. And for the row, select the row here, and we will add some spacing. Okay, like this, and you can adjust the width now properly like this. Okay, these will be the in progress tasks, and the third container will be the completed tasks. You can label it at the top as well, so let's do that. Okay, so we have the three columns ready and Kanban board ready. Okay, we will design the table. Okay, go to the settings tab and let's see whether the Firebase project is created or not. It's created. Okay, generate config files, generate files. Okay, let me open the Firestore, and there we will add some tasks, like 4 tasks, so that the data will be visible. So here I will go to Firestore database. Here we will add the tasks collection like this, and we will give it a name as task name, and let me give it some value, scrum meeting. Okay, and we will give it a status to do. Okay, save it. We will add some basic tasks like task name, design meeting. Okay, we will give a status as to do like this. Give it as task name, backend meeting. Okay, let's give a status as to do, and let me add one more, the last one, task name, exercise, which is must exercise, and status to do. Okay, so these are all the to do tasks which we are going to fetch. Now let's come here. Okay, in connect tab we have to add that. So add that collection and start from scratch. Give it a task name, and that will be a string type. Okay, and then we have the status step and string. Okay, and go to the settings tab and make sure to deploy the rules. deploy. Okay, let's come back to the page widget tree. Okay, now in the first column, now this column, okay, this column will be generated through backend. Okay, so what we will do is we will select the home here, and on page load event, okay, let's add some action on page load, and here I will add one action, and here I will do a query collection and give it as task, and we want all the tasks. Okay, so that will be a query collection, and also we want to add the page variable. So let me add that. Select this home here and add the page state variables. So here add field, let me name it as tasks list. Okay, give it more accurate name, to do task list. Okay, so that we can identify this properly. Select the document type. Okay, and collection will be tasks like this, and this will be a list. Okay, confirm, and we want one more variable for this list. Okay, for the second list, which will be progress task list, so let's give it progress tasks list. The type of this will be the document, and collection type will be tasks. Okay, okay, and this will be a list. Okay, now here we want one more variable for the completed task list, which will be the third column. So here we will give it name as completed tasks list. Let's give a type as document, collection type will be tasks, and this will be a list. Okay, and we want if as we have seen in the demo part, you can see there is a border color coming here, right? So for that also we want the state variable, so let's set that as well here. So let's set that here as well, border progress color. Okay, like this, and the type for this will be color, and the initial value for this will be secondary background, like this. And similarly for the completed task we want border, so let's add that completed border completed tasks. Okay, color, and the initial value here will be secondary background, and let's confirm this, and we have all the page state variables ready now. Now it will be easy for us to apply the query. So let's select the home and go to the action flow here. Okay, go to the action flow like this, and here once we query the collection, all the documents from the Firestore collection task will be fetched. Okay, and we have to add that into our page variable. Update the page state, just like this, and here we will set the fields like to do task list. Okay, inside this we want to add all the documents which were fetched from query collection. Okay, why we are doing this, you can understand. There is only one list of to do list, like there is a list of to do tasks. Okay, so we have the 4 tasks into the task collection. Now when we drag and drop here, we don't want to add all the tasks again and again into this task collection, right? So we have to manage it manually into the page variables. So for for that we will select this, and we will add to list, and what are the values to add. So here when we were querying the collection, okay, we were querying the collection, we can give a name to action output variable name. So let's give the name here tasks list reference. Okay, okay, instead of add to list we will set the value for that variable like this. So this is done now. on page load variable, we have query the collection. Okay, from we have fetched all the tasks from document, and then we have updated the page state. Okay, and then we have set the value to that action output variable name. Now let's close this and add the drag and drop feature. Before that, we have to manage to add the list here. Okay, so for that, select the column here where the text is added. Okay, now let's generate the dynamic children and give it name as board to do list. Okay, here we will select the value from page state. Okay, like this. So all the to do tasks will be appear here, and let's save this. Okay, now we have the list here. Select the item, and the text of this will come from board to do list item task name. Okay, you can display the status here as well because we have that variable, but for now we are keeping it simple to understand. Okay, similarly for this column, we have to generate the data dynamically, and we will name it as board in progress list like this, and we will set the value from page state variable progress task list. Okay, and save it. Select this, and we will set the name from board in progress task list task name. Okay, now here for the third column as well, we will generate the data dynamically. Let me select this first, and let's generate this data dynamically and give it name as board completed tasks list. Okay, here inside the page state, you can select this and confirm this and save this, and let's select this board completed task list item and task name. So we have all the three columns, and data generated from backend will be appear here. Okay, now we want to drag this to this and drag this item to this. Let me run this project first, and let's see what's happening right now, whether the data is coming in to-do list or not. Okay, let's see the demo. As you can see, all the tasks which we have added into the backend are coming here. Now if I drag this, nothing is happening, right? So we have to add that feature. For that, what you have to do is, let me minimize this. Okay, now this is the first column. Okay, so for that, select this let's select this first column, and we have to drag this item. Okay, so let's wrap this into the draggable, and in the left side you can see the document here, and the document type will be tasks, and for the value you can use both to-do list item which we have created. Okay, let's confirm this. So now this will be the draggable option. Now let me show you, reload this. Okay, you can see the item is now draggable here like this. Okay, but we haven't decided the drag target where we are going to drop this task, so that's we need to do. So for that, what you can do is minimize this column, and we have to drop this inside this column, which is the progress task. Okay, so for that, let me select this column and wrap this, because inside this we want we have to select the data target. Okay, so this will be the target where the task will be dropped, and for the data target we need to set some properties. So let's do that, and select the document, and the document type will be tasks. Okay, and also we have to add some actions. So select the data target where we are going to drop this first item. Okay, so for that, go to action flow here on drag accept. Okay, on drag accept we will add the action, and here we will update the app state. update the page state. Okay, and we will set the properties. We have to set the progress task list. Inside this we have to add the draggable data. Okay, so we have the drag target and drag data. So we want the exercise into the progress list from to-do list. Now also we have to, let me show you the demo now. Let's reload this. Okay, when I drop this here, it is coming here into the progress list. Okay, but it is also available in the to-do list as well, so we have to remove this. For that you can add one more field, and we have to remove this from the first list, which is to-do task list, and we will remove that using this remove from list. And what value we want to remove the drag data. Okay, okay, so that's it. Now let me show you. Let's reload this. Now this will come properly like this. Okay, now we are not able to drag this exercise into the completed task list, right? So we have to add the drag feature here as well. So let's do that. Close this, and for this text we will right click and grab the widget and make sure this will be draggable like this. Okay, go to the bottom, select the type, make it document. Okay, document type will be tasks, and the value will be board list item. Now this will also be able to drag. Okay, okay, so we are done with the progress part list. Now we have to configure the completed task list as well, right? So here this will be done as a drag target, because we will shift the data from in progress to completed task, right? So for that we will add the drag target here, and the type for this will be document, and document type will be tasks. Okay, select the drag target for the third column and add some actions. So let's add the actions here into the action flow. Here we have to update the app state, update the page state, add the fields. Now we have to configure the completed task list. So here we have to add this, add to list, and the drag data. Okay, confirm this. And also we have to remove the item from progress list, because we are going to shift the data from progress list to completed task list. So let's remove the data from this progress task list. What will be that? This drag data. Confirm this. Okay, now we will be able to drag and drop. And also we have to add the drag feature for this text as well. For the completed task list, like we have to shift it from third to second. So for that also we have to add the drag feature for this as well. So wrap widget and draggable. Okay, whatever object you want to drag, just wrap it into the draggable, it will work properly. Document type tasks, and value will be board list task item. Okay, now let's reload this. Okay, let's, if I drag this to the completed task, it will come. If I want it back, it will come back. But as you can see, when we have dragged the data from completed to in progress, the data is still there, so we have to fix that. Okay, so when it is coming here, select this column, second column, and for this data target. Okay, for this data target, let me check the page state. Like we are adding this to the list, and from the to-do list we are removing it, but from the third list, which is completed task list, we have to remove the data as well. So remove here as well from list, select the draggable data. Okay, let's reload this now. If I shift the data here, if I drag this here, now if I drag back, it will be removed from the third list and from here as well. Okay, so like this you can manage to add all the completed task and in progress task using drag and drop feature like this. Okay, now one more thing we need to do is, when we are dragging the data from here, okay, we want to show the user that this box is selected for drag. Okay, so for that what you can do is, for example, if I drag the data from first list to do list to in progress, so we have to update on page target, right? So select the second column, select the page target, drag target, and on update state when add the action trigger on drag enter. Okay, here you can update the page state, and here you can set the border progress color, set value, and give it some value like this. Okay, the color. Okay, let's reload this now. Now when I drag this, there is nothing. When I drag this item is coming but the color is not coming. So why this is happening? Because we haven't set it the border color. So let's select the container here. Okay, we have to set the border color. So here we will set it with the page state progress color, and default variable value we will give the default, confirm it. Okay, now the value will come from page state variable. Let's reload this. Now if I drag this, you can see the color is appearing border color. Now when I drop this here on accept event of this drag drop, the color of the border is same. We want to remove that. So for that what you can do is select the second column, select the drag target of second list, and on drag accept, whenever the item is accepted we have to add one more field. So let's add one field, and we have to reset this progress border color, reset value. Okay, and also on drag exit, update page state. Okay, and reset the value for this properly. Okay, now it will work fine. Okay, like this you can see the color of background border color is black. Now when I drop this, when the item is accepted, the color will be removed. Perfect. Now we have to do the same thing for the third column. So let's do that quickly. Let me minimize this. On drag target, open the action flow, and on drag enter we have to set the border color of page variable. So update page state like this, add the field, and for this border completed task, set value, and the value to be set is the color you want for the border, right? And on accept we have to reset, the value for this like this, and on drag exit we have to update the page state, add field, and reset this. Okay, I think it is ready now. Let me reload this. Now if you can see, it is appearing. Now if I add this, okay, so we haven't set the container border here. So let's select the container of third column, and let's select the border color here. Border color will be this, default variable value, confirm. Okay, now let's reload this like this. Okay, you can see it's appearing. Now if you notice, when I drag the item from first to second, it is updating here, but the status is not updating here. So for that we need to manage the users collection, where every user has different tasks scheduled, right? These are the basic tasks of specific user. So you can design the complete Kanban board easily. Okay, so for that I will add a clone project here, so that you will be able to clone it in Flutter source code and in FlutterFlow as well. Okay, so if you are interested in exploring the FlutterFlow from scratch, we have the courses, you can explore it Stay tuned with Codzify YouTube channel. We are going to add more episodes like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.